No, you tell these blokes to mind their own business.
Yeah, it's up to me.
Okay, that's our first letter tonight. Come in, Paddy. Paddy's got my coffee. We're almost ready to go. In about 20 seconds, the panel will be in here. The first letter tonight, a bunch of unmarried, dysfunctional men want to preach to me that I should just settle for second or third best and thank you, mate, and get busy having kids before I'm 30. Yeah, I'm sure you all heard about that. The second letter. They don't stop talking about themselves long enough to hear anyone else or learn anything. They're full of crap speak, and that's the in-laws. And the third letter tonight, this is what Rowan and I were having a heart-to-heart about. The first kiss. Not that we're indulging or anything. Surely it's the most important issue on that all-important first date. If he's a great kisser, he's a great lover. Maybe. What do you reckon?
No.
All these in a great panel coming up very shortly. Sweet and sour. Thank you, Paddy, for the coffee. That's great, mate. See you in a minute.
Got a problem, big or small, would a miracle be nice? Our motley crew is back, churning out advice. You might even laugh a bit in the following half hour. Park your backside on the couch, 'cause baby, it's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour. It's time for Sweet and Sour.
Excellent.
It's time for Sweet
Yay,
and
good
Sour.
evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. Gary Mitchell with you for the next fun-filled, hopefully, half hour. Who's on the panel tonight? Let's meet him straight away in his resplendent blue shirt. Or is it teal?
Oh, I don't know, like aqua.
His honour the mayor.
There we
John
are.
T.
Thank
Hello,
you.
mate.
Hello, Gary.
Nice
Good
to
be
have you
here.
here, first timer.
Absolutely,
Our sweet and
absolutely.
sour virgin.
Yes.
Oh, and we don't go easy on our virgins either.
Well, don't worry about that. I
can
can
take
take it hard.
All right. How's the council in Bassendean?
We're surviving. We're surviving. Want to be around, so we're surviving.
Okay.
We are
What do you
surviving.
mean you want to be around?
Well, the
is
government.
there a threat?
Well, there is a threat. There
Is
is a
it
threat.
coming from Ralph Harris?
It's no, certainly not. He's an ally, and it's coming
Okay.
from next door. It's coming from Bayswater. Horrible council.
Bayswater want to
that's
assume
right.
him.
That's absolutely right.
Why does Bayswater want to assume you?
Oh, because they're greedy, really, aren't they?
Why don't you want to assume Bayswater?
Well, because we're too small and they'll have the numbers anyway.
Ooh,
Yes, you go where the
controversy.
numbers are.
Write a letter
Yes.
to us and we'll discuss it next
Absolutely.
week. All right, Jono, welcome.
Thank you.
Candice!
Hey, how do I follow mine up? There's them fighting words.
You have to get on council. Or run for
nah.
politics or...
Too lazy for that.
You're going to the airport after this, why?
Correct, my partner's coming in from Melbourne.
What's he been doing in Melbourne?
Watching the footy and visiting his sister.
Of course. And visiting who?
His sister.
His sister. I thought you
Yeah.
said. Welcome back.
Thanks,
Nice
it's
to
been
have
a
you.
while.
Dressed in Essendon colours.
No, not deliberately.
Okay, who do you follow?
West Australian teams of all sorts.
Of all
and all
sorts.
codes.
Okay. Of all codes as
Yeah.
well. Oh, man.
Give me the Western Force, give me the Perth Glory, give us Western Australia through and through.
Give you a lot more if you want. No problem.
Hey, keep it PG.
Hey, who do you follow, AJ?
West Coast Eagles, of course, and I was trying to convert it earlier.
Just for the benefit of all of our Eastern States viewers, this program is shot in Western Australia, so there is a little bit of an inclination.
Although I
towards-
did go North Melbourne and let me down.
And you're tipping.
Let me down.
Oh, well.
So you're not happy.
Oh, well, never mind. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Simon?
Mitch, how are you?
I'm well, mate. How's the legal fraternity treating you?
Well, for now. Yeah,
Okay, and what about the clients?
Those that pay the invoices, thank you very much. You're wonderful clients. Those of you who haven't yet paid, you know who you are.
And do you know any good debt collectors or
Well,
bailiffs or anything? that might
Funny you should mention that, Mick.
Funny.
Mitch, very well connected in the debt
Hello,
collection
Pete.
service.
Wherever you are watching tonight, here we go. You ready to do some work?
Yeah.
Letter number 1, Dear Mitch, coming to us from Fanny Bay in Darwin. So the Catholic Church reckons I should just settle for any man and not be so fussy. In this era where we're spoilt for choice in every commodity on the shelf, a bunch of unmarried, dysfunctional men want to preach to me that I should just settle for second or third best and get busy having kids before I'm 30. What a completely self-serving doctrine they preach. Get married, be unhappy, have kids and turn to the church for a life of consolation. It's crap like this that turns you off these organisations, especially when they concoct the statistics to bolster their bogus arguments. Apparently there are 1.3 available single men in Australia. Wow. I figure minutely less than the number of single women. But of those, they say only 86,000 have good financial prospects. And there is the sales pitch for the females to hit the panic button. To start with, I don't believe the fake stats. More than that, where does the Catholic Church get off thinking that I can't be a strong, able and self-sufficient woman who is capable of finding a partner without considering wallet size simply because he is Mr. Right and he does exist for everyone. As we said, Michaela of Fanny Bay. Okay.
Oh.
You're siding with the Catholic Church on this one. Go out and get married and start having
No,
kids.
I read this letter and I did this. Like, lots of ugly faces.
Is that something you ate earlier?
Lots of ugly faces.
Ugly faces.
No, go with your heart. I mean, I have the most amazing priest, Father David, and he is moving with the times. And I think churches need to move forward. And I don't know who you go and see and who tells you this stuff, but that's just outrageous because you need to wait till you find the right man. We have such high divorce, so just wait. You don't have to have babies, before you're 30. Women are having babies in their 35s, 40s, and it's fine. It's not medically great.
Hang on,
but
there was 60 Minutes last week, the week before. The lady was 50.
yeah.
Don't know whether
If you
that's
keep
any
it-
good, but the
it's
lady
not,
was
it's
50.
not ideal, but your time isn't up. You don't have to rush out and grab Mr. Anybody just to have a baby because you'll end up divorced. And what's good is that for the children? No good. So don't listen to whoever you're being preached
Follow
to.
your heart.
Follow your heart. Absolutely.
Simon, is there occasion for this sort of thing to be rational and say we can match up some people because they're not good at finding partners, etc.?
Oh, look, Mitch, I think the irrational thing here is a person who believes they need an institution like the Catholic Church or any other institution to tell them who they should marry. Michaela, I think you need to take a step back. You say, where does the Catholic Church get off thinking I can't be a strong, capable person without them telling me about wallet size, etc.? I'd say you can't be a strong, capable person needing permission from a church, any sort of church, as to who you want to marry. I did the punch faces much like AJ did when I read this letter. I thought it was a bit pathetic, really, in this day and age, 2012, to be worried about what the Catholic Church
Are they
says.
preaching to everybody though, or just those people who need it?
They're preaching to those people who want to believe it. And Michaela, you clearly don't want to believe it, so don't listen to it. It's like a TV show that offends you. Just turn the channel off.
Just turn the channel off.
Yes,
His
Gary.
Honour the Mayor?
Well, yes. Well, I think if the Catholic Church is so concerned about declining rights in marriage, they should embrace gay marriage.
There you go.
And marriage rights will go up instantly, and there's plenty of men, I'm sure, to go around to get married in the church, and maybe plenty of women as well. So it's a bit like musical chairs, really, isn't it? The church is saying it's a bit of musical men. You've got to find a man before the music stops, or you might be left without one.
86,000 available men. Only 86,000 have good financial prospects. Well, is that the total criteria though?
Oh, gold diggers.
Gold diggers.
Yeah, this is gold digging. I think there was a song written about
Gold digging. I mean, there'd be an age bracket as well that they're
messy,
considering there. Out of 1.3 million available single men, which is not a high statistic considering we've got 23 million, half of that is 11 and a half. Only 1.3 available single men. Candice?
I got a goodie, me.
You got a goodie?
Yeah, I got a goodie. But I completely agree with Simon. Why do you need the Catholic Church to tell you what is right or wrong unless you are a very firm believer in the Catholic Church? You can be a strong, able and self-sufficient person without adhering to the rules of an institution like that.
Even if you're a believer in the Catholic Church, this lady has a point.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of unmarried, perhaps dysfunctional men, I don't know, that they want to preach to anybody and they've not got the experience because they're not allowed to get married, that they should settle for second or third best and not worry about finding the dream man.
She needs to make some serious life decisions. What is more important to you? Is it more important to you to be married and have children before 30, or is it more important to you to be chasing whatever other dreams you have there? If it is important for you to get married and have children before you're 30, which is medically advisable, but not compulsory by any standards.
Why do you look at me when you say that? I didn't give that advice.
It's the rates are proven that, the older you are, the more likely it is that you'll have complications with pregnancy and having children. But
I better rush.
by
Okay.
no means is it compulsory. Just make some decisions for yourself. You don't ever have to settle for second best, but if you want to have children, then you've got to think about what you want.
Is your man a man of mystery or an open book?
He's a man of mystery.
Ooh, do you like it that way?
I wouldn't have him any other way.
And if he was a little more forthcoming, would you think, yeah, that'll be good, so you know what's on his
He's
mind all the time?
forthcoming with me, and that's enough.
Well, when we come back, we can be talking about a lady who writes to us because her partner is an open book and she's a closed book, and he wants her to be open book, but she wants to say closed book. When we come back, more of Sweet and Sour shortly. Don't go away. Terrific. If you would like to send us a letter, send it to the address that's about to appear on the screen. There it is, letters@sweetandsour.net.au. For every letter that lands here and we decide to discuss, we're going to send you to the movies, courtesy of the very gorgeous Natalie O'Shea. And the movie we're sending you to this week is called?
Safe.
Starring? Oh, that's all right, I can't read it from here.
Statham.
Oh, have you seen it or can you read it?
Oh, I can read it.
Okay, smarty. And
I can
R
see
in
that.
there then.
Caskey's telling...
It's Stratham.
What is
We're
it?
on Facebook now.
Statham.
Statham.
I
I've
can't...
always said Stratham because he's sexy.
Well, I can't read it anyway. And you can also Facebook us now as well. And it's facebook.com/sweet and sour dear Mitch and panel. Candice, you're first up on this one.
Oh my.
I know it's great to be an open book with everyone, no hang-ups and all that, but I'm a really private person. I'm very uncomfortable chatting about myself. I prefer to learn so much by listening and not spending an eternity talking about me, as so many do, including my fiancé and his entire family. His family should be my perfect accompaniment, but I find them all totally self-indulgent and utterly boring. I don't think they stop talking about themselves long enough to hear anyone else or learn anything. They are full of crap speak. Okay, why am I with him? Because he's a wonderful guy and I love to stir him about never shutting up. And he loves me enough to want to enjoy quiet times with me. I just can't reciprocate, however. He's wanting me to open up more and I have, to the extent that I'm comfortable, but not to the extent of wanting to share intimate details and gossip with his mum and sisters who apparently just want to bond with me. He says, if I'm truly interested in learning, I need to step out of my comfort zone, open right up, and learn to indulge his mum and sisters. So I'm feeling a little awkward and some advice would be appreciated. I've taken a pretty bold step of writing to you guys and I'm sitting back listening. Katie of Thornley's written to us. Candice, what do you say to Katie?
Oh, Katie, I really sympathise with you. My partner's quite quiet when you first get to know him. Quite quiet, and I obviously can't shut me up and talk underwater.
Does that work?
It does really work actually, but it does require a lot of compromise on our part. I think in your situation you should open up to your partner unconditionally, but I think his demands of you to open up to his family are unreasonable.
What's that about?
Open up to the extent that you feel comfortable. That's all you can do.
Why do you have to bond with his mother and...
Hey, you've got to be on good terms. If
Good terms?
They're getting married, they've got to be
Nothing
on
wrong with
good terms.
good
But
terms.
you don't have to tell them what colour underwear you're wearing. You don't have to get that far into it. I totally understand that.
Ask, though?
If they ask, then just, deflect the question.
Oh, okay.
What do you do if you're going out for a coffee with his mum and sister and you're a quiet person who likes to sit there and listen?
They love you for who you are. Come off it. It's
They should,
fine.
shouldn't they?
Yeah, they do. They don't. If they obviously like talking about themselves so much, then they're not going to mind talking for an extra 30 seconds to make up for your lack of talking.
You think
it's fine.
so? Jono, what do you say?
Oh, I think Katie needs to engage a little bit more. I think you're a bit boring, Katie. You need to open up a little bit. You need to become a little bit more exciting. I think otherwise it'll be a bit of a bore to be around. And
You can actually extract more from people as well if you guide the conversation.
And of course, it is very very important to make sure that you talk about things that you're comfortable with and try to change the topic. But I think you do need to open up a little bit more. And of course, going to the in-laws is always a pretense. You're always put on a face, put on the charade, put on the game face. You go there, you be somebody else. You go back and you say, God, I can't stand them. Thank God I don't have to go back there for another week. And that's all you got to do.
You're not going to like it. That's right. If you're not comfortable.
That's right. Open up, have a bit of fun with them, and then leave and go, thank God I don't have to go back there for another week.
Simon?
Oh, look, I'm with John. I say open up, and then open up some more. But just open up about him, not yourself. So, for instance, if your wonderful guy likes to wear ladies' underwear behind the privacy of closed doors, tell them that. Opening up is opening up. They want you to share intimate details.
Can you be too open? Are there some people who...
In the context that I'm talking about, Mitch, no, you can't. No, you can say whatever you want about him to his parents.
Is she married to the man who spills his guts and he just can't help it and he just wants to keep...
Well, I think she might be married to the man who's a little too close to mum and sisters. There might need to be some cutting of apron strings there.
AJ?
But open up about him.
What's Andrew like?
Oh, Andrew and I both can talk underwater. It's out of control.
Oh, okay.
But at the same time, I'm floating between all the discussion because I've got a family member and a sister-in-law who is quite quiet, quite introverted, absolutely adorable. I love her, but I've chosen that I respect her. Instead of pushing her and making her feel uncomfortable, I've chosen to respect
Is
her.
she
what
comfortable
likes.
to come over and spend time with you and all that sort of thing?
She will, but she won't open up. And at first, wasn't even a big hugger. We're a big touchy, huggy family, and we respect that. We respect what she's like. And then my other side also talk about topics that I didn't think you'd talk about at certain times among people. Then I've had to adapt to that. So it is hard, but find your comfort zone. And I think
that's life,
find
isn't
out
it?
it is.
If you're going to step into
life,
life,
I think there's a line. You don't have to step
everyone's
over
different.
your morals, or you
That's
don't have
right.
to step over your comfort zone. But just be a bit more flexible.
stay within your comfort zone.
Yeah, but be nice.
Don't put too many demands on your partner.
Go the lacy underwear. I like that. Even if it's a lie.
How many first dates did you have?
How many first dates?
How many first dates did you have? We're allowed to tell that on TV? Andrew's listening. No? Simon, how many first dates did
Quite
you
a
have?
few.
I've had many first dates, Mitch. Many. It's
All
the
right,
second dates that I don't get that many.
We've got some experts on the panel. When we come back, we're going to be talking about the do's and don'ts of first dates and kissing. And whether men are good kissers or whether they ought to be good kissers. When we come back, don't go away. Sweet and sour after the break. See you then.
I think that Gary Mitchell is fast becoming the Kyle Sunderlands of community television.
Said his name.
Oh, we're on. Welcome back to Sweet and Sour. Hello, Mitch and panellists. You know, so many of my girlfriends argue about the do's and don'ts of sleeping with a man on the first date. Well, I never have, and that's a golden rule for me. If I'm disengaged, disinterested, or half entertained, why the hell would I bother going to bed with a potential dud? If, however, I'm completely absorbed on the first date, then I know I can't wait for the next time when we'll be together. If the magic is right at that point, maybe, just maybe, we'll become a little more intimate. I think the wham bam, thank you ma'am mentality has become so entrenched that it's to blame for the decline in true romance. Panellists, what about that kiss, the first kiss? Surely that's the most important issue on that all-important first date. I can tell from that very first kiss whether the chemistry is right. Again, it's a rule of thumb for me. If he's a great kisser, he's a great lover. The more sensual the kiss, the more passionate the man, and that's how I see it. My issue, however, is that my brother doesn't get it and I don't know how to have him get it. I just don't know if a man feels the same way after all is said and done. My brother is a loser after every date. He's getting to be a serial one-night Johnny, and from what he tells me, he hates kissing. How do I get my brother, or any man for that matter, to concentrate on the art of kissing, or am I just misguided to believe that they will value the first kiss as much as a woman? Kerry, Port Adelaide, South Australia, has written to us. Simon, you're up first, mate. What do you say to her?
I'm flabbergasted, Mitch. I'm not quite sure what to say, but I'm going to quote you here, Kerry. The more sensual the kiss, the more passionate the man. That's how I see it. My issue, however, is that my brother doesn't get it. Stop kissing him. He's your brother. You shouldn't be kissing him. No, I get the fact that you're not kissing your brother. That's fair
Hang
enough.
on, I want to ask, private information.
I've never
You're a
kissed my brother. No.
Oh, well, there goes. A kisser or a non-kisser?
Oh, kissing all the way. Yep. No, kissing is very important. I agree with you. And I think you can tell a lot from a kiss. And if it's not there, you move on quickly.
Move on?
Yep, absolutely.
AJ?
Oh,
Kisser?
Kisser all the way. I
Kisser all the
love
way.
kissing. And I've
Can you pick it up on the first date? You know if they're...
I don't know
You know
about
if
that.
it's going to be
I don't know.
a long-term relationship? If
Oh
they're-
yeah. If it was about a kisser, I was like, so anyway, nice meeting you. See you later. Like,
So,
like,
okay.
I didn't even give him a second chance. It was like, you know, man
See ya.
boobs, I guess. So I just think basically, I don't know, just stop being
Man
so.
boobs.
Yeah. It is about the kissing, but I don't know, she's a bit wound up, and I don't know why she's worried about her brother. I'm with you on the brother thing. I
Yeah,
know
no,
you're not
that's-
kissing your
that's-
brother, but
He's
Too
a
hung up on the
serial...
brother.
What does she say? He's a serial one-night
Johnny. Well,
Why wouldn't he
that's
enjoy
fine.
that?
He's a man, and
Probably a young man too.
shouldn't be comparing. If she wants to hold her standards and hold her ground and wait a few dates before she goes to bed, although I'm sure if she gets a good kisser, she doesn't wait. But I don't know, just let it go.
Candice, I think her brother's bragging to his mates, but she's sitting there with her perspective saying, no, you shouldn't be doing that. Is she being a bit of a wowser?
Absolutely, I'd never say that to my little brother. He can do what he wants, you know, to each their own in every scenario. Lay off your brother, mate, seriously.
Well, hang on, what if your brother was dating one of your friends?
Then just, I don't want to know the details. just.
Otherwise, you would want to know the details, is that what you
No,
think?
I don't want to know the details ever, but particularly in that scenario.
Can you tell if a bloke's got potential from his kiss?
Absolutely, you got to kiss a few frogs before you meet a prince, and when you meet a prince, you know him pretty quickly, I think.
You know, okay, all right. So what do you say to Kerry at Port Adelaide? Mind her own business when it comes to her brother?
I think so, definitely when it comes to your brother, mind your own business, but when it comes to your standards, then, you know, your standards are yours and you don't have to answer to anybody.
Jono, give us the rap from us. The rap on this one from the
right.
bloke.
Kerry, you need to embrace free loving. You need to embrace your brother's philosophy. Go out there, loosen up, get some. Sounds to me like you're staying at home, you're a bit tight at the moment and you're a bit frustrated. So maybe you just need to loosen up a little bit, go out there, find somebody on the first night and you might just enjoy yourself. Just a little side tale, I met my partner the first night, we kissed and we did more, Kerry, and we're still together 6 years later.
Whoa.
True romance does occur, Kerry, on the first night.
There you
That's
go.
why they
You
call
hear it first.
Bassendean the city of love.
That's right, absolutely.
it's
Population growing by the day.
It's now council policy. That's how good it was. Do we like this letter to give away the pair of limited edition sunnies?
This is definitely my
absolutely.
favourite letter.
Yeah. Two on this side.
Oh, I reckon she's a bit wound up and she can perv through them without people noticing.
Oh, very good.
Simon?
Incest is always a controversial topic. I'll go with this one.
Oh, all right, coming out to
not
Kerry
kissing her brother.
of Port Adelaide in South Australia, a pair of limited edition sunnies, courtesy of Alan Treves and Aussie Opticals. We've got to go. Did you enjoy your first time on the panel,
Oh,
sir?
I love my first time. And Kerry, my first time, first night.
What's coming up in the town of Bassendean?
Oh, jeez, I'm so flustered now. I don't know. More love and Kerry.
You don't have Roll Paris coming back to do a free concert, do you?
No, we don't. But Swan Districts Football Club, get down there, support the team. It's fantastic.
Someone from Sydney's not going to go down to Bassendean to
fly to Bassendean, you'll enjoy it. Don't
I
worry
don't
about
even
that.
know what colours.
Black and
Swan
white.
District.
All you Melbourne people supporting Collingwood, come to Bassendean. We've got the black and whites in Bassendean, second on the ladder at the moment.
There you go. Candice, who's your footy team? Oh, you told
Anyone
us.
West Australian, I'm
anyone
cool
West
with that. I am
Australian.
a notorious fence sitter.
When are you coming back to see us?
Hey, whenever you invite me back, I'm always happy to be on.
Very
This is
shortly.
about
Thank you for being with us tonight.
fourth or fifth time now. This is good.
AJ,
He's
how's your
darling.
bub?
He's good. He's growing very fast.
As they do.
He's
How
like
old
a little
now?
man, 2.5.
Next time you're on, you have to bring us a photo.
I will.
Who's doing the babysitting tonight?
Husband, yes.
Andrew? Oh, very well trained. Where are you working
He's
now?
a good man. I'm at media today for theguide.com.au, the
The
Guide
Guide.
TV.
I hear that on the radio.
Yeah, and you see it on the TV.
Simon,
Yes.
do you listen to theguide.com.au?
I know
Not
that
we do
apparently.
plugs.
I know that apparently the Cardi's a good place to be on Tuesday
he's
night.
the best.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I have seen.
And you've learned that
Guide.
from theguide.com.au.
I have indeed. I have.
What stations is it on?
Channel 10.
Oh, it's on Channel 10.
Yeah.
Well, how come I get to hear it on the radio?
Oh, you'll hear and see it everywhere.
It's everywhere. We've got to go. Thank all of our wonderful panellists. Thank you to all of our terrific crew. Rowan, thank you, sir. It's your last night tonight. We'll have you back anytime you like. And thanks for having us at home tonight, Australia. Good night, everyone. Steve away. Come on. That's it.